Hi, Bill here doing another video for you about Lyme disease. I'm doing this little series on supplements and vitamins and herbs and different things that you can take to help with your Lyme disease. As I've probably said before, I'm trying to do this on somewhat of a budget, so I'm trying to only take the things that are really necessary, and I'm really trying to show you the different things that can be taken. As you all know, with Lyme disease we have a whole lot of different symptoms and problems that come along with that, so trying to address those for myself and also help anybody else that's out there. And I'm trying to, as I said, do this on somewhat of a budget, so I've been utilizing some companies that I've been showing you where I'm getting some of this stuff from, one of those being Vitacost, which has a lot of really good products on their website. So let's go unpack one of those packages. Hi, Bill here again. I'm going to do another Vitacost package for you. I'm just showing you more of the things that I get, what I'm using, why I'm using them. So let's see what we got in this package. Spirulina, I'm not sure how you pronounce that. It's actually a seaweed, an algae, I believe. It's really good for, it's really nutrient dense. It's part of the chronic fatigue formula that I'm using for, I do a lot of NutriBullet smoothies, try to do that at least once a day. That has a lot of nutrient dense things in it. Turmeric powder, this is going to go in the same thing. It's really good for fatigue and also for inflammation, as you know. Astragalus root powder. This is a Chinese herb, and this is part of Booner's protocol. Again, part of that chronic fatigue formula. And he also writes in his books that this is really good for your immune system, and he even goes as far as to say that you should be taking this during the tick season, that it can actually help prevent infection in tick endemic areas or during the season where that's prevalent. Royal jelly. This is something that is really good for you. It's got a lot of things that help your immune system, and it's also really good for your collagen. As you know, a lot of us with Lyme disease have a lot of joint problems, and the Lyme Borrelia really seems to attack your collagen. So royal jelly is really good for that, and it is also part of the protocol I'm doing to help break up biofilms. It's supposed to be good for helping slowly dissolve the biofilms. Gotu kola. This is an herb that is really good for, as you can tell I'm struggling with right now, memory and cognitive function and brain fog and word finding. It's really good for that. And that's just another one. As I said before, I get buy one get one half price a lot with Vitacost. And ginkgo biloba, again, that's another thing that's really good for your memory, for your cognitive function, to help us with the brain fog and the word finding problems that we have with Lyme disease. Devil's claw, I talked about that before. I've been taking a lot of that for the Lyme arthritis. That's part of what I've been taking for the joint pains and problems with the Lyme arthritis. Bioflavonoids. This is lemon bioflavonoids, and what that is supposed to be good for is the tinnitus, or tinnitus some people call it, the ringing in the ears, as I speak to you right now, that it's really supposed to help that over time. Now this is something they say could take a few months to really help with that, so I will let you know how that goes. Activated charcoal. This is part of one of the things that I take to help with the Herxheimer reactions. We really have a lot of things going on with Lyme, a lot of toxins building up in our system from killing off bugs, from the problems that they create. And this is one of the things I usually only take this in the middle of the night. If I wake up, a few hours into the night, during the night, I'll take this because it's a binder, so you don't want to take this close to any probiotics or any medications or any of the antibiotics or anything like that. So I kind of take that on an empty stomach in the middle of the night to help with the Herxheimer reactions. It's probably hard to see that one. That's copper. That's just part of a lot of the protocol I'm taking for a lot of the trace minerals and metals that I take, that the bugs all gobble up, so we have to replace them. I know a lot of people will say, you know, don't take things because you feed the bugs, and that's not true. Actually, they're going to gobble that stuff up and find it no matter what, so you have to replace a lot of nutrients when you're dealing with Lyme disease. So that's it for that one for now. So that was another one, just showing some of the things that I got, some of the things that I'm using for my Lyme disease. It's June 1st today. I had actually wanted to do a lot of this last month for May being Lyme Awareness Month, but that didn't happen for various reasons. I've been really struggling with a lot of fatigue, really struggling with a lot of brain fog and cognitive problems, memory issues, and word searching. As you can probably tell, it's happening to me here in this video still. I really wanted to do more this last month, but it's never too late. I really want to help other people out there with their Lyme disease, so that's why I'm doing all these videos, as I said, not for me per se, but maybe to document what I've done for myself, but more to help other people out there with their Lyme disease. So I'm going to continue on with these things. May was Lyme Disease Awareness Month, but Lyme awareness never stops. The ticks are still out there. There's still people getting sick, so I want to try to help as many people as possible. Thank you. Another thing you'll probably notice a lot in my videos is the wind. I live at a pretty high elevation here. It's probably about 2,000 foot elevation, so it's usually pretty windy here, so hopefully that doesn't show up too loud on the camera. And of course you can always hear the birds going here. That's always something that's nice to sit out here and listen to. And occasionally you might even hear a turkey. Actually, there he is right there. There's a hen turkey that I can't see it yet, but I can hear it. It comes into my bird feeder just about every day, so it must have a nest of eggs somewhere close by. So I don't know if the microphone's picking that up in this breeze or not. So you'll hear that a lot on my videos. By the way, for anybody that's curious, a lot of times in these videos you'll probably be hearing gunshots down the hill. As soon as I start talking about it, they start again. There's actually a shooting range down at the bottom of the hill, and a lot of times I'm talking away here and I don't even notice it because I'm so used to it. But yeah, there's a shooting range down the hill here, so sometimes when I'm editing these videos or listening to it with the speakers on, it's pretty obvious. So I just thought I would mention that. Another reason I'm doing all these videos on supplements is I realize it can be quite daunting, I guess you could say. It could be quite overwhelming, all the different things that are out there, the different opinions on things, different views on things, and any Lyme patients know how much of a struggle it can be to time all these things and take all these things. I remember the other day, Carissa on Slice of Lyme said it's kind of like Groundhog Day, and yeah, that's kind of true. It is. A lot of days it seems like here we go again. And so I just wanted to kind of help out a little bit with anybody that's struggling or overwhelmed with all this. And eventually I'll be tying all this together, you know, in one thing of everything I'm taking and why I'm taking it all. I'm just, for now, just kind of piecing all this together a little bit at a time for you, so that you're not completely overwhelmed, and just so you can see kind of what we go through, you know, what we learn as we go along, and what I've learned I'm trying to pass on to anybody else out there.